Tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Alex Bell. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office says that 4 people have been shot in the Arden area of Sacramento near the intersection of Howe Avenue and Cottage Way. This is a look at the scene right now near the intersection, again, of Howe Avenue and Cottage Way. You can see a very active scene this evening. The fire department says that they were trying to break up a group of people from Howe Park when an assault started. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office says in total 4 people were shot, none of them in critical condition. So far, no one has died from the shooting, and we don't have any word yet on possible suspects or arrests. The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office is asking for you to reach out if you do have any information. But I do want to bring in ABC 10's Gabriel Porras, who is live on the scene right now. Gabe, I know that we just heard the spokesperson from the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office speaking, giving more details about this incident. What else did he say tonight?
Yeah, Alex, he did just speak recently saying that those 4 people are now confirmed injured. All of them are in stable condition. That is the good news here. The scene is still very active here. We are on Cottage Way, just near Howe Avenue. I'll step out of the way so you can see a better look at what deputies are doing here on the ground. The investigation is still very active. This all began, as you mentioned, earlier this afternoon and this evening around 6:30 in the afternoon. Deputies say they were clearing that unpermitted event when they heard 20 to 25 rounds of gunfire. It's important to note the call that led up to that call, or to the call to clear the event here. Witnesses had reportedly reported to deputies that they had seen people with firearms, several people with firearms, and that there were fights going on. That's what led deputies initially to this park around 6:30 in the afternoon when they started clearing it. Again, that's when those gunshots rang out, injuring 4 people tonight. It's still a very fluid situation. A lot of info is still coming in. We obviously have a lot of questions that we're asking Sac County Sheriff right now. We don't know the age ranges of the victims. They have not clarified that for us quite yet. They have also not identified any suspects. They've told us they're still looking for the either shooter or shooters who opened fire. I did ask the Sheriff's Office if they had any idea of the nature of this event. They said it was some type of a festival gathering that was happening here at Howe Park. They said hundreds of people had attended. That means that there, of course, were possibly hundreds of witnesses as well, which is why their big message right now to the public is just that if you saw anything this evening here, to say something. Again, we're not far from the Arden area here in Sacramento County, so if you did see anything, if you heard anything, the deputies are really hoping that you'll give them a call. One note too from when the sheriff's public information officer spoke was him saying it was just so brazen. He was shocked himself to hear that this happened because deputies were in the area when the gunshots rang out, something you just don't normally hear of at shooting scenes. Again, they are still part of the work, and we'll continue following updates. That's the latest that we know, Alex.
Gabe, I do want to ask you, is law enforcement still asking people to avoid the area? I see a lot of tape up. Are streets still shut down? What does it look like for people, especially neighbors, trying to get in and out of the area?
Yeah, they are still asking people to avoid the area. Luckily, we haven't heard too many, at least I haven't heard of too many issues with neighbors trying to get in and out. Cottage Way, though, is the road that I'm standing on right now. It is closed. I can't tell for how far that goes down, but at least the next intersection here, right next to the Home Depot parking lot. So obviously, if you are going to be in this area, you want to take a detour, because again, Cottage Way is closed here at Howe Avenue in both directions, and they say this investigation will be lengthy. The Sheriff's Office says they want to do it right. They want to get the right facts, so they will be in this area making sure that they collect all the evidence for quite some time, Alex.
And Gabe, before I let you go, I have to ask, I know that there is no suspect yet, but are they looking for someone? If so, is it someone in the area? Do they still think someone is there? I'm sure neighbors in the area are very concerned about this, but what is law enforcement saying about the search for a suspect?
Yeah, you got to imagine the concern in this community right now. They have not shared much information about the suspect or suspects right now. I asked them if they have identified any shooters. They said no, and they also would not clarify if there was more than one shooter. So again, that original call from a witness was reporting that there were multiple people with guns. It's unclear where those people dispersed after the shooting. Obviously, sheriff's deputies are trying to figure out that answer right now as well.
All right, Gabe, thank you so much. Please be safe. We'll talk to you a little bit later and check in for more details.